If you want to play more games in your lifetime, you need to level up your constitution. And that's where health and fitness comes in. Welcome to the ultimate RPG. Your own body. No respec, no save scamming, hardcore mode only. Today we're min-maxing the 3 stats that actually increase your lifespan. The 3 main pillars: nutrition, sleep, and exercise. This is not just about aesthetics. It's about increasing your lifespan, brain health. It's about disease prevention and quality of life improvement. The 3 pillars of health are constantly identified in large-scale studies and clinical research as the strongest predictors of long-term health and longevity. Now, notice how each of those can be represented in a U-shaped graph. Each of those pillars can be overdone and underdone. You need an optimal approach. Otherwise, these pillars will start to crumble. Pillar number 1, nutrition. Diet quality is strongly linked to mortality risk. You can control your own body weight mainly by controlling or counting the calories that you intake. Eating too many calories will cause obesity, which in turn increases mortality. In all the 3 pillars, you will notice that the data will be showing a similar pattern. That will prove my point. Min-maxing your life will lead to a longer life. For example, take a look at this study. How obesity increases your mortality. There are plenty of other studies showing that being underweight is also unhealthy. A large meta-analysis from 2019 has estimated that poor diet overall contributes to 11 million deaths globally per year. And that is more than smoking. A high intake of ultra-processed foods is associated with an increased risk of cardiovascular disease, cancer, and all-cause mortality. Pillar number 2, sleep. This study perfectly shows that there is such a thing as too much and too little. Usually, the optimal sleep time is between 7 to 9 hours. Keep in mind, though, that this depends on your age. Sleep duration is one of the strongest behavioral predictors of mortality. A large meta-analysis in sleep from 2010 showed that people sleeping less than 6 hours per night had significantly higher all-cause mortality compared to those sleeping 7 to 8 hours. Chronic sleep deprivation impairs glucose metabolism, increases cardiovascular risk. It disrupts hormones which regulate hunger, and it accelerates cognitive decline. 7 to 8 hours of sleep will give you the most important buff. Well rested, which gives you more focus and more recovery, which will be required for the next pillar. Without proper sleep, you will not be able to focus on your studies, and you will not be able to recover from the gym properly, meaning you will see less progress. You can see that the risk above 12 hours of sleep increases dramatically, and that is because healthy people do not need to sleep this amount of time. It's usually correlated with other diseases. Pillar number 3, exercise. Movement and exercise is the closest thing that we have to a real-life cheat code. A 2018 study that followed over 120,000 people has found that regular physical activity was associated with significantly lower mortality risk. And that is regardless of body weight. Any kind of exercise will be good for you. Anything is better than no exercise. Take a look at this one. Reduction in mortality risk with more exercise. Keep in mind, this is only comparing running and walking to complete lack of exercise. But, of course, there is more to it. Most helpful and universally beneficial exercise type is muscle strengthening activities. And that is any kind of resistance training. You don't need to go to the gym and weight lifts. You don't need to go to the gym and lift weights. Weighting lifts. Sorry. Anyway, take a look at this Japanese study. It leads to the conclusion that muscle strengthening activities were associated with a 10 to 17% lower risk of all-cause mortality, and that is independent of aerobic activities. Meaning, regardless of are you doing cardio or not. Strength training will continue improving your health. Cardio is great, of course, but if you add any kind of resistance training to your exercise routine, you will dramatically improve your health and fitness. Doing only cardio will not be as good as doing both. Now back to the study. Also, the maximum risk reduction for all-cause mortality was obtained at approximately half an hour to 1 hour muscle training a week. And also, the risk of diabetes sharply decreased until 60 minutes a week of muscle training activities, followed by a gradual decrease. Those are the three pillars. What's most important is that those effects stack together. A 2020 study in BMJ showed that the individuals who combined healthy diet, exercise, and adequate sleep lived over 10 years longer than average. Those aren't just biohacks. Those are the fundamentals which are repeatedly confirmed across decades of data. Longevity isn't about living forever. It's about extending the years where you're healthy, independent, and mentally sharp. I'm not trying to sell you any snake oil. I'm not gonna sell you a workout plan for $50. I'm not pushing any agenda. I just wanna share how in a few simple steps you can optimize your body. More lifespan equals more expansions, more releases, more time for games that are not even out yet. GTA 6, Elder Scrolls 6. You already grind gear. You optimize builds. So please treat your life the same way you treat your in-game character. Eat decently, sleep properly, move, and that's it. The three pillars that extend the length of your campaign. I cannot stress this enough. You need your pillars to be strong. Otherwise, everything will fall to the ground. Without proper sleep, you will not recover from the gym. Without exercise, you will never give yourself a stimuli to get the better physique. Without proper nutrition, you will not build your muscle. Without your muscle, you will not be able to gracefully get old. You will be one of the old dudes that can barely walk. So, sure, when we are young, it's gonna get you the perfect physique. When you are old, it's gonna maintain your health and most of all, your independence. I think you would prefer to wipe your own butt in the future without any assistance.